You're listening to Business Stories with Ryan Arcaracci, where I speak to business professionals from all walks of life. Thanks for listening, and let's get to it. Good day, everybody. It's Ryan again, and I am bringing on a client of mine. If you have ever woken up and found ants in your house, bugs, rodents, cockroaches, anything scary, we all know if you've owned a house and you found that in your home, it's not a pleasant experience. And my guest today, Amanda Steyer with Bustabug in Virginia. She's the marketing and sales director with Bustabug. Amanda, thanks for being here and thanks for being a client.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ryan. It's wonderful to work with you, and I'm really glad to be here today. I'm excited.
So, you've been with Clienttether for a short time. We want to talk about your experience with the system, but also just tell us a little bit of a background of, your experience and how you came into the role you're in now.
Absolutely. So I've been in customer relation roles for majority of my life. I started with Bustabug in February of this year. They're locally owned and operated here in Hampton Roads, Virginia. So we do service all of Hampton Roads for any pest-related needs that you may need. I currently do marketing, lead generation, and customer relations for the company. We network. That's one of the things we do as part of marketing. So we have a business friend of ours at Two Maids and a Mop, and they have a location in Virginia Beach. Mm-hmm. And I went with Owen, who's the owner of the company, and we went and met with Lee at Two Maids and a Mop and his staff, and Sandy and Liz were very helpful. They introduced us to Clienttether during that meeting. Mm-hmm. And we fell in love with the ease that they had using the program. They basically did all of their lead generation for their business through Clienttether. And it was nice to see it from start to finish, including scheduling, and they had action plans where they were communicating within seconds of someone reaching out. And so it really wowed us.
Yeah.
A few weeks later, of course, we reached out and got partnered with you, Ryan, as you know. And we've been using Clienttether now for, I believe, a month. And I'm in love with it.
Yeah.
Every day I'm finding new value. A few weeks ago, we had our first booked appointment through it, where we sent out one of our sales technicians, and they went and did an in-home inspection, which we do at no obligation if anyone's interested. Mm-hmm. And then now I'm able to troubleshoot with our potential clients. For example, we had a quote sent out. One of our salespeople sent out a quote, mm-hmm. and the email was misspelled. It had an additional letter in it. And they were able to text me back through Clienttether, and I was able to problem solve what the issue was. And we were able to get them the quote. They signed up that day. So great. It really, it was seamless, and the customers really enjoyed that, interaction and being available and the problem solving experience. It's also been great to track the leads through the process. And I love that pipeline is probably my favorite thing.
Right.
It just lets me see everything as a whole and monitor at each step of the process.
So what would you say were some of the challenges you had prior to Clienttether that Clienttether has really helped solve or provide value for?
A lot of times leads will get missed due to lack of communication when a new lead comes in. Right. You tried another platform, and I just wasn't getting the notifications in a timely fashion, and I would miss a lead coming in. And sometimes if you miss a lead, you miss that opportunity. Right. It's all about that time frame and response. And sometimes if you're out of that window, you've missed it. So Clienttether is great at communicating. Not only do I get the email, I get a text to my phone, and I get a notification on my phone.
Right.
And then there's a notification in the portal. So even if I've missed all of those, if I have the portal up, I'm definitely being told.
Right.
And so I love the communication. That was definitely a problem that we had that's been solved using Clienttether. So
that's great. So talk to us about how efficient or how good has the conversion of leads gone? Because you've had leads come in through your website or from different sources. What's that been like with Clienttether?
It's been really good.
Yeah.
Since using Clienttether, we've actually seen a lot more traffic through our forms on our website. So we're seeing a lot more forms come in, and we've had a lot more conversions based on that. And I
Really?
think it's because the action plans are getting in front of them. And our action plan starts with our welcome packet and a video from Owen. And so it kind of lets us be personal with the customer while they're going through these issues. Um, and I really think that that's the turning point for Angie's.
Yeah.
We use Angie's. Sometimes those come in at weird times of the day because, Angie's is available at all times.
Yeah.
And so having the action plans and being able to put someone in and start them on an action plan, even manually, we've seen a difference. We've actually gotten more leads just this month from Angie than in the 2 months prior with those action plans. So we've definitely seen it convert.
So do you think that let's talk about the content and the action plans. You said you're using video. You have your
Yeah.
welcome packet. How do you think that has helped with conversions? I mean, do you think that people are really more engaged seeing video, connecting with the company, with the people, with the company on a
I
face-to-face
think,
level?
yeah, I think they are. The video Owen has, it's real cute. He just talks a little bit about Bustabug, introduces himself, and I think it puts it in a more relatable place for people. They're seeing a face, they're seeing an office, they're seeing, someone who cares enough to make a video to send to them. Our welcome packet goes over every kind of plan that we offer. It goes over the different services that we offer. It gives tips and tricks to kind of get people ready to have pest control at their home. And it has a welcoming feel to it so that if they have questions, we want them to feel like they can reach out.
Right.
And the action plans kind of also leave that door open. So even when they've signed the agreement, it's still an open-ended email that goes out. It's, hey, check out this welcome packet. We may have already sent it, but just know that we're here for you, even after you've signed the agreement. So it just allows us to connect a little bit more personally with each new client that we get.
Did you set up any action plans for post sale? So let's say you've done a job, you've signed on a customer. Do you use any action plans to do some follow up just to continue to build the relationship over time with that customer?
So that's in the works for us. Right now, we're doing follow-up phone calls, but I would like to turn that into an action plan as we go forward.
Okay.
Because I could easily schedule those calls and know when I need to follow up with people
Right.
based on that action plan.
Yeah.
And so that's in the works, but we don't have anything quite yet built
Okay.
For that.
Okay. And I'm assuming you've used texting fairly frequently with your action plans. How do you feel that's
Oh, yeah.
going?
I love it. I'm able to sort it by either newest or oldest message. And then I've actually created a few text templates, which I really like.
Yeah.
Those are really nice when communicating with people that I communicate with regularly. I've added all of our employees in, and so I'll text them from Clienttether as well, which is nice to kind of keep it all there.
Yeah.
So I definitely use the text a lot, and it's quick, it's efficient, and I haven't ran into too many issues with it.
The other thing I want to ask you too, which is valuable, is the reporting and the dashboard. How do you feel that is working for you in terms of just tracking your sales and your marketing efforts?
Well, honestly, I love to see that line go up.
Yeah.
You get that lead flow is like the first chart on that dashboard, and it's like, man, that line just keeps getting higher every day. We're doing a great job.
Yeah.
And it's nice to kind of see how it breaks down, which action plans we're using the most. I can sort it by user as far as like who's doing what activity, like what they're changing, what they're doing. So it's definitely nice to see that. I also like to look at how many text messages I've sent.
Yeah.
You get nosy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's interesting to see like how many you sent, because it doesn't feel like that many.
Yeah.
But it's really a cool feature that customers are responding to.
Do you feel like, I mean, you're kind of wearing a lot of hats and doing a lot with sales and marketing there. Do you feel like it's saved you a lot of time and just streamlined things overall?
I do feel like it's saved a lot of time, and it's saving time for our salespeople, they can focus on the leads, they can focus on the agreements, and then I can take care of communicating alongside them.
Right.
And it gives the leads another avenue to communicate
Right.
with.
Right.
And so I do think that it's taken quite a bit off as far as monitoring the lead from start to finish,
Yeah.
and seeing that conversion happen. So it's definitely streamlined a lot.
Right. Right. So do you feel like, I mean, this is a home service type industry, home service.
Mhm.
Do you feel like Clienttether is really well built for home service brands, especially franchise brands? But do you feel like it fits that niche pretty well?
I believe it does. It lets me put in information like how large the deals are and when they've signed their agreements. It allows us to market to our specific market, which I like.
Yeah.
And, we're not a franchise at this point. We are a small locally owned business. And so it's nice to know that something that could work for something on a large scale also works for us just as well on a small scale. But yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So we'll kind of wrap this up, but I want to give you and your company there a shout out. So do you want to
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about Bustabug in Virginia and, what you're doing, who you help, what you do?
Absolutely. So Bustabug, you have pest problems, we have the solutions.
Mhm.
We like we offer same day service. So if you call us before 1 p.m. Monday through Friday, we try to do same day service. We also do 5 visits annually versus 4 visits, which is what most companies do. So it really adds a lot of value to what you're getting. We offer pest control, termite control, moisture control, mosquito control, rodent control. We do crawl space work as well. Pretty much if you're having an issue with pests, give us a call, and we'd be happy to help out. Yeah, and I can share my information with you to kind of add on if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. I can include the website. What is your website, by the way?
It is www.bustabugva, as in Virginia.com.
Okay. Any wild pest stories that you've experienced working there? I know you've been with them a short time, but anything interesting?
I think the most interesting one was a squirrel in a bedroom.
A squirrel in a bedroom. Okay.
Squirrel in a bedroom, and I don't know how I would quite react to a squirrel in my bedroom, but
Yeah.
they seemed very calm. So
Yeah.
power to them.
Yeah. So how did they handle it? Was it just they had to catch it, take it out of the
Yeah.
house, release it
Mhm.
outside?
It was kind of one of those situations where we kind of had to do what we had to do, but um, it was just interesting that it was a squirrel in a bedroom.
So did it crawl in through like from the floor or something, or just kind of got
Yeah,
in?
so we do exclusion work, which is when pests find ways to get into your home through interesting areas. They'll either
Yeah.
make a hole, utilize a hole, something like that. And so it had made it in, I believe, through the attic
Oh wow.
and made its way to the bedroom, which sounds like an adventurous squirrel to me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the most adventurous squirrels I've met just made home in my car one year. It was a cold winter, and they just decided to hang out in my car because I wasn't driving it.
That's funny. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So squirrels are fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're adorable, but they can be destructive, I guess,
They
if
are
you're not.
adorable from a distance, Ryan. They're adorable from a distance.
Well, Amanda, it's been good talking to you. Thank you again for putting in some good word for us with Client Tether, and I do appreciate it. Um, if you have pest issues and you're in the Virginia area, how far out do you go? I mean, you're basically in the state of Virginia, Amanda, but what's sort of
Yeah.
your radius?
So Hampton Roads covers 7 cities and surrounding areas. So we have places that we service as far up as like Newport News in Hampton. We have a couple properties that we service as far up as Gloucester, and then we have some places in Suffolk, Virginia, and then we do, of course, Virginia Beach and Chesapeake, Norfolk, Portsmouth.
Okay.
Just all over the Hampton Roads area of Virginia Beach.
Perfect. Okay. Well, if you're in that area and you're listening, reach out to Amanda, reach out to Bustabug VA, go to the website, get some help. Nobody likes to have a house full of pests or rodents. So Thank you again, Amanda. Thanks for being
Absolutely.
a client, and it was good talking to you.
And
Let's
thank
keep
you
in
for
touch.
having me.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Alrighty.
thank you. Thanks for listening to today's episode. If you're interested in becoming an episode sponsor, please email me at livingryan@gmail.com. And thank you so much.